right, peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum, shalom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are watching the Doc and the Radical, and our topic today is gangster rap is American representation of life. Gangster rap is America's reputation of life, representation of life. Um, Doc, is gangster rap a representation of American life? How do you see that?
I think the gangster rap is actually probably one of the most American musical genres because America loves its gangsters. I guarantee you that more people know the name John Gotti than they do Andrew Johnson, even Andrew Jackson. America is always Al Capone. We've always been. How many of us sat up and watched Geraldo attempt to open Al Capone's tomb, over 6 hours and wasn't nothing in there but an empty beer bottle that they'd probably put in there as a plant. So, yeah, gangster rap is, music in general, but gangster rap in particular is definitely reflective of a certain segment of America and definitely a segment of Black America. But it's also something that has been talked about and characterized and discussed without any real understanding of what it is. We use gangster rap as many people use the word feminism. They don't define it. They just throw it out as an umbrella word, and everything falls underneath it.
Mm. All right, all right. So when we stop and I want to welcome Brother Willie Rivers to the program. Peace and blessings, Brother Willie. It's good to see you, big bro.
Brother, peace.
When we think about gangster rap or hip hop
Mhm.
or just rap itself, the beginning of rap that was with correct me if I'm wrong, but that was Sugar Hill Gang or no?
Yeah, I mean, well, the Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight, was the first major rap record that made it big. But there's a host of rappers that were before the Sugar Hill Gang. They just weren't recorded and marketed in that way. I mean, you can look at the Treacherous Three. You can look at Easy Mo B. There's a lot of these. It was percolating underground for the longest
Mhm.
time. And if you go back and you look at that expression, that first cinematic expression of hip hop, which was the Sugar Hill Gang, it's more disco than it is Black urban culture. Their video is definitely disco. It's not, and there's something to be said for that it was the white dollar, and that in many ways supported the Sugar Hill Gang and that initial expression that we have, and they're going to always be pinned as the first major rap song. But if you want to talk about the first major rap, conscious political / gangster rap song, you got to go to Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, The Message.
Mm. Mm. Now, okay, because I thought Sugar Hill was the people who did the message.
No, 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 no. That's Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Grandmaster Melly Mel, who is one of the most confident rappers in the history of hip hop, who actually published a book about the top 100 rappers. And he put the God MC Rakim at number one. And guess who
Mm.
was number two?
Who?
Melly Mel. He put himself at number two. He let Rakim have the top spot. He took the second spot. No, no,
Mm.
no. You got to remember that the Sugar Hill Gang is Wonder Mike, Master G, and Big Bad Hank.
Mm.
Um, and one of the, you want to talk about having bad luck. The brother who has the worst luck in the history of hip hop is
Mm.
Casanova Lover. He didn't show up to record that day for whatever,
Mm.
and they threw Big Bad Hank in there, And he actually says Casanova lovers rhyme. When he's talking about Lois Lane and Superman, he says Lois Lane says that Casanova lover rumor must be true. He's using Casanova lovers rhyme, and the rest is history. Casanova lover never really got footing back in the Sugar Hill Gang. But it's Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five that did the message, and you got to remember that the message is in every way a response to
Mhm.
Ronald Reagan's election and Reaganomics and the idea of balancing the budget. That song's 82, 83 when Reagan is firmly in there, and he's talking about balancing the budget and unleashing the bull. And you see poverty within Black America skyrocket. It was something to see, and really something to study. To be honest with you, what Reaganomics did to Black America, and in many ways, um, Melly Mel, Cowboy, Flash, all of them, they're discussing what's happening to urban America through that song, The Message. There's no doubt about that. Broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the steps. They just don't care. I can't
Mhm.
stand the smell, can't stand the noise, got no money to move out. I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with a baby. That's a bad neighborhood right there. You get
Right, right.
bill collectors to ring my phone to scare my wife when I'm not home.
Mhm.
Got a bum education, double digit inflation, can't take the train to the job. There's a strike at the station. That's working class misery that's cutting across genders and race right there, and that's what the working class and the poor endured under Senor Reagan's administration.
Mm. Wow, that's very interesting. Um, we're going to go and check out those two videos and come back and discuss them a little bit more.
Okay, you able to do that without because they got music, right?
We're gonna try it and see what happens.
All righty, let's
Hopefully,
do it.
hopefully it work. So this is a rapper's delight.
Here's Wonder
Yeah,
Mike.
that's disco right there, baby.
Hey, Sugar Hill.
You can almost see the cocaine on the floor. The white folk doing that white girl.
Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. When I'm pimp the dimp, the ladies pimp, the women fight for my delight. But I'm the grand master with the three MCs that shop your house for the young ladies. And when you come inside into the front, you do the freak spank and do the bump. And when the sucker MCs try to prove a point with Trent's trio, and with the serious joint, from song to song and from day to day, I sit down and write a brand new rhyme because they say that miracles never cease. I've created a devastating masterpiece. I'm gonna rock the mic so you can't resist. Everybody, I say it goes like this. When I was coming home late one dark afternoon, the reporter stopped me for an interview. She said she's heard stories and she's heard fables that I'm listening on the mic. And the turntable, this young reporter I did adore. So I rock the bitch time like I never did before. She said, damn fly guy, I'm in love with you. The Casanova legend must have been true. I said, by the way, baby, what's your name? Said I go by the name Lois Lane, and you can be my boyfriend, you surely can. Just let me quit my boyfriend called Superman. I said, he's a fairy, I do suppose, flying through the air, the pantyhose. He may be very sexy or even cute, but he looks like a sucker in a blue and red suit. I said, you need a man who's got finesse, and his whole name across his chest. He may be able to fly all through the night, but can he rock a party till the early light? He can't satisfy you with his little worm, but I can bust you out with my super sperm. I go do it, I go do it, I go do it, do it, do like I'm everywhere. Just throw your hands up in the air and party harder like you just don't care. Let's do it. Don't stop, y'all. Take a top, y'all. You don't stop. Go home, tell, motel. And what you gonna do today? Someone get a fly girl, gonna get some spank and drive off in a death OJ. Everybody go home, tell, motel, Holiday Inn. You say if your girl starts acting up, then you take a friend. I say skip, dive, what can I say? I can't fit them all inside my OJ, so I just take half and bust them out. I give the rest to Master T so he can shock the house. I said a M-A-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E. I said I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call a Master G. Well, my name is known all over the world by other foxy ladies and the pretty girls. I'm going down in history as the baddest rapper there ever could be. Now I'm feeling the highs and you're feeling the lows. The beat starts getting into your toe. You start popping your fingers and stomping your feet and moving your body while you're sitting and you're sitting. Then damn, you start doing the freak. I said damn, I ride it out of your seat. Then you throw your hands high in the air. You rock it to the rhythm, shake your dairy air. You rock it to the beat without a care. You can show a shot MCs for the affair. Now I'm not as tall as the rest of the gang, but I rock to the beat just the same. I got a little face and a pair of rhyme eyes. All I get to do, ladies, is hypnotize. I sing it on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I sing it on and on and on and on and on like a hot butter. The pop, the pop, the pop, give it pop, the pop, pop. You don't dare stop or come alive, y'all. Give me what you got. I guess by now you can take the hunch and find that I am the big of the bunch, but that's okay. I still keep it stride, cause all I'm here to do is just I'm putting your behind. Sing it on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I sing it on and on and on and on and on. Rock, rock, y'all. I throw it on the floor. I'm gonna freak your head, I'm gonna freak your day. I'm gonna move you out of this atmosphere, cause I'm one of a kind and I'll shock your mind. I put the jig, it's in your behind. I said a 1, 2, 3, 4, come on, girls. I get it on the floor. I come alive, y'all. Give me what you got, cause I'm guaranteed to make you rock. I said 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me what the mic, what are you waiting for? To the hip, hop, the hip to the hip, and the hip, the hopper, you don't stop. Rock it to the bang, bang the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Well, skittle me rock, we rock the Scooby-Doo. And guess what? America, we love you. Because you rock and roll with us so much so you can rock till you're 101 years old. I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but we're like hot butter on a breakfast toast. Rock it out. A baby bubba to the boogie, the bang bang, the boogie to the beat. Beat is so unique. Come on, everybody, and dance to the beat. Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni soggy, the peas all mushed, and the chicken tastes like wood. So you try to play it off like you think you can by saying that you're full. And then your friend says, Mama, he just being polite. He ain't finished. Oh, that's full. So your heart starts pumping and you think of a lie and you say that you already ate. And your friend says, man, there's plenty of food, so you pile some more on your plate. But while the sticky food's steaming, your mind starts to dream of the moment it's time to leave. And then you look at your plate and the chicken's slowly rotting into something that looks like cheese. So you say, that's it, I got to leave this place. I don't care what these people think. I'm just sitting here making myself nauseous with this ugly food that stinks. So you bust out the door while it's still closed, still sick from the food you ate. And then you run to the store for quick relief from a bottle of KO Pectate. And then you call your friend 2 weeks later to see how he has been. And he says, I understand about the food, baby, but we're still friends. With a hip hop, you hip it to the hip of the hip, a hopper, you don't stop, you rock it to the bang bang. Boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat.
All right, so there we have it. And I want to take out this time to welcome Deacon of Reality to the program. Peace and blessings, Deacon. Glad you're here. Twin Pyramid to the program. Peace and blessings, Twin. We're glad you're here as well. And our topic today is Gangsta Rap is American Representation of Life. And we're starting off at the beginning. And this was Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill. Now, Doc, as you said earlier, that this song was disco era. And as we watched in the video, the definitely disco era theme.
Look like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
John Travolta to come out.
and this representation of the music and the reality that was lived seemed to be of a intermingling of the races coming together to have a good time.
Mhm.
that was what it was.
Yeah, I mean, this was America's. The 1970s is a moment of class division,
Mhm.
and also America's trying to get away from that violent protest filled political rage of the 1960s. You know, we spent almost 2 decades battling about political identity. You know, you had feminism, you had womanism, you had black power, you had brown power, you had the anti-Vietnam War movement. And by the time these guys are coming back from Nam, many of them are hooked on heroin or some type of drug and what have you. So
Mhm.
in many ways, the 1970s is going to be our Woosah moment as a nation, where they want to have fun, they want to party, they want to have a good time. And you go back and you look at the cinema that is offered during that time. You know, it is, you got Scarface, you got drugs, you got Saturday Night Live, you got partying. This is our moment. And then of course it's going to be, we're going to have some black exploitation movies as well. So Rapper's Delight is in many ways the personification of what the 1970s was. You know, you have your first generation of black students who are graduating from predominantly white institutions. That's who you see in this video partying with white folk. You know,
Mm.
remember the great moment in Eddie Murphy's it was Raw or Delirious, where he's talking about how he got sued because he got into a fight at a disco, and he told white folk, he said, listen, if you see some black folks standing around watching y'all dance, they laughing at y'all. Okay. And so it's a, it was a different time. It was a different time. And unfortunately for black America, that first generation that was leaving out of predominantly white institutions, they leave out of these white institutions with something different, and it's a different set of priorities. They're not, they nor their parents had sent them off to school to become to come back to get a let's say an MBA, and to come back and run a local grocery store or corner store. No, baby, we want you to go to IBM. We want you to go work for one of them big white corporations, so that you can make more money than anybody that in our family has ever made.
Mm.
There was a shift, and I believe that shift is lesser now, because we
Mhm.
have a lot more black folk talking about being entrepreneurs now. But when integration occurred, the dream was for you to be able to go into a white corporation and work. Time Magazine ran this great polarizing polarizing image on their cover, and it was three brothers who were CEOs of like Fortune 50 companies, and they ran under the headline of the new black power.
Mm.
That's the 1970s. The
Mm.
Panthers are destroyed, the Black Liberation Army is going to be destroyed, um, and the concentration of poverty within urban America is going to spike, and it's going to grow worse when you get Reagan. And it was in many ways it was kind of a perfect storm for us, because our people were not doing cocaine. We were by and large doing heroin. And of course, heroin is an IV drug. And in the 1970s, we also saw the arrival of God's judgment against the homosexual community. They called it GRIDS, gay related immune deficiency syndrome,
Mm.
because they thought that only gays got it. They didn't understand it,
Mm.
that it was being passed through blood, and whose community is shooting up dope. The black community is shooting up dope. So we were in many ways almost sitting ducks in regards to that, you know. And it took if you remember, it took a while for them to get off of this was a Christian, God's judgment of homosexuality. Look at how he's killing them off, and this and that. And then, of course, you're going to have in that same around that same period, maybe a decade later, J.L. King comes out with the DL, the down low. Exposing black men, professional black men having sex with other black men, and they don't feel as if they're homosexual. So any of that HIV/AIDS education, it flew over their head completely. They're not paying attention to that. So all of that is wrapped up in that transference from 60s protests to 70s party.
Now, Doc, I never heard that before. Was that the real first name when the HIV virus came out?
Yeah. It was gay-related immune deficiency syndrome, because they believed that only gays could get it, that you got it through homosexual sex, as if there was something special about homosexual sex that allowed that caused God to come down and do something to them. And they didn't understand, or they didn't promote that it was actually the fact that with anal sex, the absence of lubricant and moisture caused cause some bleeding or what have you. And you got to remember also, when you're talking about Reaganomics, that was not a moment where, that's that. Remember Nancy Reagan's "just say no to drugs"?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That was not a moment of them trying to share them trying to give away needles and things like that. So people were using the same needles and contracting HIV.
Wow, I didn't. Excuse me, I didn't know that. I thought it was always.
No, because only they believe that only gays were dying from it, and them being a non-desirable populace in the American citizenry, the government didn't do anything. There wasn't no study, they just said gays get it, and that's it. Stop being homosexual, stop being gay, and it'll go away. That was the predominant message that was given.
Wow. Now, Doc, are you familiar with a rapper named Schoolie D?
Shoot, yeah. Man. Yeah, man, one of my favorites. Yeah. Schoolie D was out of Philly, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Schoolie D. Man, you ain't said nothing. SCHOOLY D. Schoolie D. Yeah. Very familiar with Schoolie D. This hip hop is the soundtrack of my life, man. Yeah. I know Schoolie D. Yeah.
All right. Well, so before I get there, I want to welcome Tranquil to the program, Peace and Blessings, and I also want to welcome Sister Christine Williams to the program, Peace and Blessings. We're glad that y'all are here.
Tranquil is here from Turkey.
From Turkey.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is a long route. Well, we're glad that you're here from Turkey, Tranquil. Now, in my little research, it said that Schoolie D and Ice-T were the first two original gangster rappers.
Yeah. Ice-T gave us 6 in the morning, police at my door.
Yeah, that's what they said was the.
Schoolie D had the East and Ice-T had the West.
Wow.
You done excited me talking about Schoolie D.
Now, of course, I'm just learning about Schoolie D, and I'm from Philly, so
get out of here.
Yeah, I'm
Schoolie D.
I'm like, when I typed it in and it says Schoolie D, I'm like, Schoolie D from Philly? Who
Philly.
is this guy?
Come on, man. And Ice Tracy? Come on.
Well, yeah, I didn't know nothing about Schoolie D, but we're going to listen to the song, one of the songs that he made, and come back and listen to it and discuss it a little bit. And again, this is fair use. Deacon says he was scared as a kid of Ice-T.
You know,
So
there was this somebody wrote on one of the message boards during one of the VH1 when they would do the hip hop awards.
mhm.
And they said, you know, right now there's an entire generation of kids wondering what is Detective Tutuola from Law and Order doing on stage rapping.
That is very interesting.
Man,
That's very interesting.
Man, I watched Law and Order SVU to just see them that 3-second clip of Ice-T trying to run, and then they cut it off. They cut it off in real quick. The brother can't run.
That is something to go from cop killer to playing a detective on TV every day.
And he ain't never left that job and ain't gonna leave it. The brother he found steady work.
That is crazy. And Christine says, Christine said,
Whoa.
I'm still learning.
Whoa,
I was aware of Ice-T as a rapper,
Christine,
but not
put some
Schoolly D.
respect on his name. It's Schooly.
Yeah, I ain't know nothing about him either. And I'm from Philly.
Y'all slipping.
Oh boy. Well, let's take a look at old Schoolly D.
Please bring Schoolly D to the front, brother. I'm so excited right about now.
Here we go.
Saturday night and I was feeling kind of sporty. Went to the bar, caught me a 40. Got kind of high and kind of drunk, so I kicked the ass of this little punk. Forgot my key, had to ring my bell. My mama came first, she said, who the hell? Wait, mama, wait, it's me, your little son. Before I knew it, my mom pulled the gun. I know who y'all, but who the hell is that? I turned around, man, and this bitch was fat. I really don't know, she got into the car. I must have picked her up when I left the bar. You know, homie, man, I wanted to chill, but you know her mother's hard.
Stop it every 45 seconds, right?
Hey, baby, is you on the bill? Cause tonight I wanna be your lover. Just one thing, I forgot to buy rubber. Wait a little while, then we snuck upstairs. Step by step with a hand affair. We got into my room, bitch started to scream. Mama busted in what a fucked up scene. Shirt ripped off, dolls down on my knees. Wait, mama, wait, please. Look back your gun, put down your broom. My mom fucked up the room. The bitch jumped up with no respect. I had to put the big bitch in check. I said, you come a little closer and you will get shot. I'm sober anyway, I don't need no cock. Oh yeah. The wild Saturday nights, man. You know what I mean? They wild as shit, man. They wild, man. You know? Yeah, man. Let me tell you about another Saturday night experience I had. It was Saturday night and I was feeling kind of funny. Going around my neck, pockets full of money. Went to the corner, man, who did I see? But the super bad bitch looking back at me. I said, if I wait and then you got a big butt. Bitch turned around, all she said was, what? I said, my name is Schoolly, baby, I what is yours? Before I knew it, up come my boys. Noisy as hell and drunk as shit. Say, yo, Schoolly, school, what time is it? Looked a little closer and I knew it was a gag. What I thought was a girl was nothing but a fag. Oh man, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Eminem, man, it's wild Saturday nights, man. You know, I got something else to say, man. I got something to say, man, to everybody. It's like this. Everybody rapping, but they don't know how. Should've seen a boy rapping to the cow. He rapped so hard that the niggas saw smoke. He lifted up the Sheba and they both took a toke. The cow got high and the boy got by. Don't come in my face and ask me why. Chiba Chiba, y'all. Yes, that Chiba Chiba making it feel like that. Chiba Chiba, y'all. Some call it Sheba, some call it weed. It's the killer, it's the filler, it's the thing that you need. So Chiba Chiba, y'all. Little Miss Muffet sat on the sofa, smoking a J and scratching an itch. Along came Spider and sat down beside her and said, yo, what's up with that bitch? And then down the road came Mary and a lamb, smoking a lacy in each and every hand. The poor little Spider, he couldn't score any. They was $2 bitches and he only had a penny. Cheaper, cheaper, y'all. Yeah. Cheaper, cheaper, y'all. Well, let me tell you a little tale about Peter the Pimp. Sucker MC trying to couple lip. Rode around town in a couple of cars. Got gagged by the man trying to stick up a bar. The judge said, boy, what was on your mind? Said, I had some cheaper cocaine and some wine. The judge said, boy, relax and have a beer. We won't be doing shit for the next 10 years. Cheaper, y'all. Yeah, it's that cheaper, y'all. Some call it Sheba, some call it weed. It's a killer, it's a filler, it's the thing that you need. So cheaper, y'all. Yeah, you know, me and my man, Cold Money, my man Eminem, we're just chilling. You know what I mean? My name happens to be Schoolie D, if you didn't guess by now, you know. Only Schoolie D don't make some crazy ass shit like this. I get back. Take it away, Code.
All right, so that was Schoolie D. And I have to admit, Doc, I'm in the corner with Christine. I think Ice-T has him beat hands down as a rapper.
Look here, man. Ice-T had better production. Okay. Schoolie D was doing this all by himself. Okay. He's a pioneer and an innovator. Okay. So you should have played Am I Black Enough For You? You would like that. That's another one. That was a hit. Am I Black Enough For You? Down there in the corner. But you know, everything ain't for everybody. You know, it's kind of like some people don't like certain wine. Other people say, "Oh, that's a vintage year." Schoolie D is vintage. Okay, you had to marinate on what Schoolie was doing. Can't believe y'all don't know who Schoolie D is. Oh my God, that hurts my heart.
Well, we'll check out this Am I Black Enough For You and see what this is all about. I never heard
You
this
might like that better. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see.
You are a Negro. You are a Negro.
But see, you doing a remix. Go up there to the regular King of New York. Go to the remix. One more.
This
right
one?
there. Yeah, there you go. You want the original.
Motherfucking, I get straight to the point. You don't dig what I'm saying, then fuck you. You selling drugs on the job that a nigga got. Selling cane to the kids in the parking lot. Some niggas live, some niggas gotta get dropped. You say, damn, my man, you don't understand. How could you be so cold to my brother, man? I'm coming around here to teach it and preaching. Because a nigga like me, you ain't reaching. Cause all I care about is selling my yeah, yo. Making money like a nigga make yo. So better get a hold on. How the fuck you expect me to get back if I never have to pull on my get gat? Because to me, it ain't nothing but a killing. That's how a nigga be feeling. I call my homie on the mobile. When I'm a nigga, it's about that time. Grab the Uzi, the 8 and the 9. When a nigga be rolling on the ab, sometime they gonna be a bloodbath. And when I'm coming, don't play no joking. I let the Uzi and the 9 be smoking. Alright now, back to my tail. Spot the nigga on the corner selling yo. Pull up, yo, what up, G? He didn't see my nigga in the backseat. All I heard was please don't shoot. Grab the gun in the loot. Now nigga on the top of the world, see? I got the women, the dope, and the jewelry. And then I heard a knock at my door. Said, oh shit, I hit the floor. One of my homies on the ass was the big snitch. I said, oh shit, jump through the window. You either gas on or you get gas. Now I'm dying with a bullet in my ass.
All right, so that
I see.
was
The production was better on that one, right? And you saw he had the Hollywood cameo. He got Lawrence Fishburne back there with him. Yeah, King of New York, baby. King of New York.
woo-wee.
Don't get much better than that. King of New York.
Well, we can definitely see a difference between Sugar Hill and Schoolie D.
Certainly.
Very, very drastic change. Seems like light years away in the reality of time.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is that when you look at periodization of it, the chronological order, Schoolie D was more recent, than Sugar Hill, but it's also a great indicator and one of looking back across the road we've traversed in hip hop. It's amazing what having money behind you as a record label and distribution and really having what could best be termed, Berry Gordy and Motown, they talked about this, having a finishing school where they're teaching them how to present themselves, how to maximize their exposure for the crossover dollar. You think about the fact that you're in Philly and you don't know who Schoolie D is. It's an indicator of Schoolie D was a niche, artist, and only those who were true hip hop heads would even know who Schoolie D was. I mean, I got excited when you said Schoolie D. I was hoping you was gonna say Schoolie D and the Intelligent Hoodlum.
Yeah, I didn't know. No, I was really surprised. Like I said, when I was doing my research for the program, and I said, "Who was the first gangster rap artist?" And it said Schoolie D from Philly, and I'm like, "What?"
D. Yeah, Schoolie D. Come on. Him and Ice-T. Ice-T, 6 a.m.
That's very interesting. We're going to watch, and I'm going to go ahead and be stopping every 45 seconds, so we don't get flagged or anything. But the next video we're going to look at and talk about, because you said that the Grandmaster Flash
and the Furious Five.
And the Furious Five is in response to Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to get into that and unpack that.
Yeah, I mean, if you really take a look at and a gander back at the idea of Reaganomics and the trickle down theory, that if the rich didn't pay any taxes, that their savings would cause them to expand their business investments, and that would trickle down to the middle class and the working class and the poor by giving them more employment opportunities. It didn't work, okay, but that was the plan.
All right, all right. And I'll take this time to welcome Robert Epps to the program. Peace and blessings, Brother Robert.
Peace,
It's
brother.
good that you're
Peace,
here with
peace,
us.
peace.
And so we're going to take a look at the message from Grandmaster Flash.
The message.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Broken glass everywhere. People on the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell.
And we are doing this fair use, so don't flag our channel as we continue.
Can't take the noise, got no money to move out. I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with the tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window, watching all the cars go by, roaring as the breezes blow. A crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage pails. Used to be a fag hag, such a dance to tango. Skipped the life and tango. A zircon princess seemed to lost her senses. Down at the peep show, watching all the creeps, so she can tell her stories to the girls back home. She went to the city and got so did it. She had to get a pitch, she couldn't make it on her own. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle.
Again, this is fair use as we are looking to give commentary on this video.
Times it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. My brother's doing fast on my mother's TV. Says she watches too much, it's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education, double-digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job, there's a strike at the station. Neon King Kong standing on my back, can't stop to turn around. Broke my sacroiliac, a mid-range migraine, cancer membrane. Sometimes I think I'm going insane, I swear I might hijack a plane. Don't push me, call, I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
And again, this is fair use as we're looking to give commentary on this video.
My son said, Daddy, I don't want to go to school because the teacher's a jerk. He must think I'm a fool and all the kids smoke reefer. I think it'd be cheaper if I just got a job, learn to be a street sweeper. I dance to the beat, shuffle my feet, wear a shirt and tie and run with the creeps because it's all about money, ain't a damn thing funny. You got to have a con in this land of milk and honey. They pushed that girl in front of the train, took her to the doctor, sewed her arm on again. Stabbed that man right in his heart. Gave him a transplant for a brand new start. I can't walk through the park, I was crazy after dark. Keep my hand on my gun, because they got me on the run. I feel like an outlaw, broke my last glass jaw. Hear them say, you want some more? Living on the seesaw. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Say what? It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
And again, this is fair use. We are giving new commentary on this video we're listening to.
A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song of deep hate. The places you play and where you stay looks like one great big alleyway. You'll admire all the number book takers, thugs, pimps, and pushers, and the big money makers, driving big cars, spending 20s and 10s, and you want to grow up to be just like them. Smugglers, scramblers, burglars, gamblers, pickpocket peddlers, even panhandlers. You say I'm cool, I'm no fool, but then you wind up dropping out of high school. Now you're unemployed, all non-void, walking around like your pretty boy Floyd. Turned stick-up kid, but look what you done did. Got sent up for an 8-year bid. Now your manhood is took and you're a make tag. Spend the next 2 years as an undercover fag, being used and abused to serve like hell. Till one day you was found hung dead in the cell. It was plain to see that your life was lost. You was cold and your body swung back and forth. But now your eyes sing the sad, sad song of how you lived so fast and died so young. So don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
And again, this is fair use. We are giving commentary on the video that we are watching.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Yo, Mel, you see that girl, man? Yeah, man. Yo, that sound like Cowboy, man. Cool. Yo, what's up, money? Yo. Hey, where's Creole and Raheem, man? Lay upstairs cooling out. So what's up for the night, y'all? Yo, we can go down to the fever, man. Check out Junebug. Hey, yo, you know that girl Betty? Yeah, man. My mom's got balls, man. What? Yeah, she got hurt bad. Free. Don't nobody move nothing. Y'all know what this is. Get him up. Get him up, man. We down with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Is that a gang? No. Hey, shut up. I don't hear you now. Shut up. So what's the problem?
All right, so here we have now, Doc. Let's get my time frame right. When the first song we played, Grandmaster Flash, right?
No, Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar Hill Gang. Now, the Sugar Hill Gang was first, and then this one. But there is both of them in the 70s, or one is in the 70s and others in the 80s.
Rapper's Delight is like 79, 80, and the message is like 82, 83. Reagan is in office when the message comes out.
Okay, and I understand that one of Ronald Reagan's themes was "Make America Great Again."
Yes,
that was one of his themes, and as we can see,
you heard in the Sugar Hill Gang record, you know, America, we love you.
Exactly.
Know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And in this record, we're getting a different view of what America offers us as a people, or America's offer people, period. What was the main turnaround that made America drop?
During the 1980s?
Yeah.
It was when Ronald Reagan comes in. You got to remember, Reagan follows Jimmy Carter. And Jimmy Carter, as with most businessmen, they're very conservative in regards to financial and economic risk. And Carter, of course, was a peanut farmer. But Carter warned the nation. He said quite simply, listen, stop living on credit, on borrowed money, because that bill will come due. And when that bill comes due, if you don't have the money, not only are you going to be in trouble, but the nation will be in trouble. Well, Jimmy Carter was a one-term president. Americans didn't want to hear that shit. You know, they were partying, they were getting high on cocaine during the 1970s and what have you. So they ushered Carter out of there after that one term. And here you have Ronald Reagan. Now, Reagan comes in, and within a year, Reagan has kind of reconstructed the American economy. Wall Street is brought into Ronald Reagan's administration. Okay, those two things used to be separate, but he allows Wall Street bankers and financiers to create the tax plan and also the economic forecast for the nation. Think about it this way. Franklin Delano Roosevelt comes in as a U.S. president in 1932, and FDR is going to rearrange. He puts governors on the American economy. During his administration and really during the Great Depression, it was proven that American businesses didn't have any loyalty to the workers. They seemed to operate out of the ethos of a great man by the name of William Peppers, who ran a barbershop I used to go to in Columbus, Ohio. Pep would say this. He said, "What's the best thing that you can do for the poor? Not to become one of them." And that's how American businesses ran. So instead of taking some losses, they would shut down. And that's what makes the Depression really go on for nearly 2 decades. FDR is going to tax them heavily. You got to remember that the highest tax rate during the Great Depression was 93%. Okay. And these rascals still accumulated wealth, paying 93% of taxes. What FDR does is he takes that tax money, he creates Social Security, widowers benefits, orphans benefits, unemployment, all of these different buckets of money, so that if you were let go from your job or something, some calamity happened, you had Social Security. Okay, you could continue to participate in the American economy, because the thing that we know for sure that causes an economy to grind to a halt is when money stops circulating. That's 1932, where you have FDR doing that, and who's the social worker, Harry Adams, I want to say, but that's one of my colleagues' name. But that lasts until 1980 with Reagan and Reaganomics. Reagan did away with all that. When he's talking about making America great again, and he's talking about balancing the budget, there will be no Boys and Girls Club if you can't pay for it. There will be no heavy taxing of the wealthy and the rich. And so what ends up happening is, quite simply, you have these increasing pockets of urban misery and poverty that, amazing, when you're talking about the major central cities, Chicago, Philly, Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus, when you're talking about those, Atlanta, those types of cities, that concentration of poverty is going to be black, is going to be black-faced. And so while you have affluent America getting 70 to 80% of their taxes back, you have a grinding poverty that is afflicting these people. And what makes it even worse is that these affluent people don't have to see it. They don't have to deal with it, because they're not necessarily going to have to ever pass through impoverished areas and what have you. So 32, FDR rearranges the economy. 80, Reagan he completely undoes what FDR did. We did not have a significant economic downturn really from 45, 46 when we come out of the Great Depression, for the 45 years until 70 to 35 years until we hit Reagan and Reaganomics. And Reagan in many ways allowed the rich and the wealthy to get away without paying any taxes. So social services, city services, all of that. And you got to remember, when you're talking about schools, the formula to fund schools is predicated upon property taxes. So it's not all the money going into one pot. So if you're in an impoverished area, you have no choice but to attend a impoverished school. And that's what Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five are talking about. You know, all of these calamities that they're discussing, those are real life every day for Black folk.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent. I want to take this time to welcome Mr. Adolphe to the program. Peace and blessings, big bro. We're glad that you're with us. And Brother Robert is pointing out a cat named Jelly Roll Morton.
Jelly Roll Morton. Yeah. Knowing well. Knowing well.
Oh, you know this one too. Oh,
yeah. Jelly Roll Morton. I mean, the thing is, and this is the problem that you have with saying that something started here, especially when you're talking about something culturally. that it
Mhm.
started here. You know, one of the things that I deal with my students is the Harlem Renaissance.
Mhm.
And I don't know why they think this, but they definitely think this, that they're the first generation to smoke weed. And I'm like, yo,
Wow.
you better go back and look at the Chronic. And
Mm.
if that don't satisfy your taste buds, go back to the Harlem Renaissance and look at Cab Calloway. Had a great song titled "The Reefer Man." What you think
Mm.
that song about? You know, look at that dude. He high. You know what? He high on. That's the Reefer Man. You know.
Wow.
So these cultural expressions. You know, you're talking about Jelly Roll Morton. You know, if we were to do an in-depth study, you know, if you go back and look at the WPA slave narratives, you'll find some rhyming and some reasoning happening from Black folk during the period of enslavement. So I don't get into where it started. You know, Jelly Roll Morton is one of the forebears. Last Poets forebears. Mom's
Mm.
Mabley forebear. Hell,
Mm.
Red Fox, you know, forebear. You know,
Wow.
so you can't you know, I think that this thing that we call hip hop and this thing that we call rap is dated the way that it's dated because of technology.
Mm.
And it was able to be popularized during that time. But Black folk been rapping. I mean, come on, man. You know, as Grand Poobah said, you know, although I smoke a pound of herb, I'm still nice with the verbs. So fuck what you heard. Black folk have been rapping forever.
Now that's interesting because Mr. Adolphe say, he said, Rob, I've read a lot of Southern
The slave
state
narratives
slave narratives, and Black people have been rapping for a long time.
for a long time. Go back and look at them. You know, the W coming out of the New Deal, out of FDR's thing. That's how he employed writers during that time because ain't nobody buying books. Okay, the most infamous notable writer that participated in the WPA slave narratives is actually Zora Neale Hurston. You know, of Mules and Men, Their Eyes Were Watching God. She's a folklorist. And many people have said that her story, she got her stories by doing these interviews of enslaved Africans.
Mm. Wow. Well, we're going to check out Jelly Roll Morton and see what kind of rapping he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check out old Jelly Roll. I
New
am one.
Orleans, you're gonna hear New Orleans on this brother for sure.
Uh-oh. Lord have mercy.
Predating Lil Wayne and Birdman.
Oh my God. Mm, mm, mm. All right, fair use. Here we go.
Oh, you dirty motherfucker, you old cocksucker, you dirty son of a bitch, you bastard, you everything. And your mammy don't wear no drawers. Yeah, she did me this, you did me that, you did your father, you did your mother, you did everybody. You come to cause your mammy don't wear no drawers. That's dirty dozen. All the dirty loving dozen. Dirty dozen. Yes, your mammy don't wear no drawers.
Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mammy don't wear no drawers. Lord have mercy.
The gals that have that dress up way up to the ass. Just shaking it and breaking it. At that time, they wore what you call the ladies did, the split drawers. They just be shaking it down. And some guy plunking on the piano, some rough looking guy, I wouldn't know who. They had several of them. And they'd sing it right over and over. They'd say all kinds of voices. Some of them meant something, some of them didn't have any rhymes, some didn't, so forth. No. I had a bitch, wouldn't fuck me 'cause she had the itch.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fair use. We are going to watch this and come back and talk about it. But already my mind is blown because I would not have thought that they'd been saying stuff like this back in the day. Good Lord, Jesus.
I mean, you gotta think. I mean, you. I don't know if you ever heard of the old blues song. I want a man who can stand up in it. Black folk have been talking. But would be adult music. You know what I'm saying? Versus now, it being more accessible to younger audience or whatever. This it really ain't nothing new. For us.
Wow, this is just mind-blowing because you think of, for me, when I think of those days back then, I always thought of they were more conservative, more subdued, wouldn't put stuff like this out there in the open, that they wouldn't find this to be entertainment.
I mean, you got to think that, especially, at the turn of the century, right before the American century, the 1900s, think about the migratory patterns of Black folk. These are not people who are flavorless. I'll just say it that way. And when you consider, people leaving from one region and going to another region, they're going to take their food, their culinary taste. They're going to take their music and cultural taste with them as well. It's just what it is. Those things are going to be transferred. Because can you imagine you being in Philly, and if you was hip back in the day, obviously you was a square back in the day, and you would have known Schoolie D. You wouldn't have been able to vibe with these cats down here in Houston in regards to hip hop. You'd be like, man, that ain't hitting on nothing. And you would have created your own venue, your own style. It may have incorporated a little screw music or what have you, but you would have incorporated your own thing and started your own little venue. And the people from Philly who had been transplanted to Houston, Texas, they would all go there. The greatest musical artists. I mean, you're talking about them being able to. It's almost like pollination. You can tell where they've been. Well, that's from so and so. That's yeah.
Wow.
And and listening to this, it reminded me of that riff that Erykah Badu would use when in her shows, and it was Annie, don't wear no panties. I said, Annie, don't wear no panties. And is where you think that came from? You know what I'm saying? It's definitely inspired by Jelly Roll Morton. But if you don't know, the true history of Black folk, the underground history of the music, of the things like that, you'll think that something is new when it's not.
Right. Wow.
Think about R&B and how R&B was repackaged and sampled and used in hip hop. There was I was riding with somebody, and my nieces or something. There was some kids involved, and Pac's, what you won't do for love. They knew that because Tupac had made it. But when the original song came on, it was like, who stole Tupac's song? And I'm just like, oh Lord, no, he didn't steal Pac's song. Pac stole from him. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing if you're not infected with generational warfare and hatred.
Wow. This is very, very interesting. And Brother Robert says that this is the edited version. He said, go listen
I believe
to
that.
the unedited version. And this is like, wow, this is the edited version.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
You want to talk about getting banned for sure.
Wow. And Mr. Dofe say that they had pornography back in the early 20s. Nude photos, and when video dropped, it dropped the video too. Great grandpappy and grandmammy were some freaks. All right, well, let's go finish listening to what Jelly Roll has to offer since she wouldn't give him none.
Yeah, she's my bitch. Oh, your mammy wouldn't wear no drawers. The main theme was the mammy wouldn't wear no drawers. I thought it was a very disgusting mammy that wouldn't wear some underwear. This dirty motherfucker, old cocksucker, dirty son of a bitch. Oh, everything you know, all your low bitch. Yes, and everything you do. Yes, baby. No. Yes, yes, dirty bitch. Suck my clit. Oh, eat me up. Oh, that kind of stuff. Yes, your mammy won't wear no drawers. Said, look out, bitch, you make me mad. I'll tell you about the puppies that your sister had. Oh, it was a fad. She fucked the hog, she fucked the dog. I know the dirty bitch would fuck a frog, cause your mammy don't wear no drawers. I went one day out to the lake. I seen your mammy fucking a snake. All she tried to shake. All she shook, take on the cake. Mammy don't wear no drawers.
Wow. This is just mind blowing. I never.
I mean, you have to remember that they, you know, one of the things that my father said to my nephew, because my nephew thought, you know, would think he was slick sometimes. He said, see, his problem is he think we was born old. You know, they had their day, they had their time. And you know, when you really think about it, blues musicians, and this is one of the things that many people miss when they're talking, especially about the civil rights movement. A lot of that bail money that was raised to get those students out, those student activists, came from blues musicians because they were traveling, and they're still traveling to this day.
So then, as Robert Epps says, Brother Robert says, so Little Richard did not invent rock and roll.
There once again is that periodization of saying, well, it began here, and this person did this here. It's a dynamic process with so many different moving pieces that one could never, you know, you can't pin that down as to who actually did it, you know. And for me, honestly, it angers me sometimes because so much of that, it started here, or this person did it here, it is coming with a white stamp of approval and not necessarily with historical accuracy.
Wow. That really is mind blowing. I would have never thought that they even talk like that back in that time. I would not even imagine that they talk like that. It's just like, wow, are you serious?
They certainly did. Trust me, they certainly did.
Wow. Wow, that is mind blowing. Well, our Christine had put in there about Ice-T and colors.
Oh yeah.
Now, we're going to play that music. We're going to play Ice-T Colors, but I want to ask some questions around that because if my memory serves me correctly, and I'm going off of the movie Colors, that is the gang war time where you had the Reds, the Bloods, and the gang, and the
Crips and the Bloods.
Right, the Crips and the Bloods, fighting each other, killing each other. Now, before this time, Doc, were there killing of blacks by blacks on this scale before?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the 1980s and the crack wars, no, we never seen nothing like that before. It's just what it is. That was in many ways large. That was unprecedented, and you got to remember that the genesis for the Crips and the Bloods, is self-protection for black folk, because they have to protect themselves against roving bands of white folk. Especially when you're talking about, anytime you're talking about Cali, you're talking about something that is different. Black folk are going to migrate to Cali, in response to open jobs during World War One, and especially World War II, especially when you have Pearl Harbor and you have the Navy basically decimated. Black folk are going to make their way out there because there are jobs that are there. When you look at a organization like the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, and you look at where their leadership is from, Bobby Seale is from outside of Dallas, Texas. Huey P. Newton is from Monroe, Louisiana. Eldridge Cleaver is from Arkansas. Geronimo Pratt, Geronimo Jajaga, is from the backwoods of Louisiana. So these are all young men. Huey them migrated when he was a child, but Geronimo comes out of Vietnam and makes his way out to Cali to attend UCLA. But that migratory pattern is just, it's what it is. That's how we got there. So you have to really filter it through that. And what culture are they bringing with them? They're bringing a Southern culture. I'm one of these food show watching individuals, and they've done shows on the Bay Area in particular. And those black folk are out there cooking Southern soul food, which shouldn't be shocking because they're only 1-2 generations removed from it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I was under the impression they all came from California.
I mean,
born and raised.
Were they coming from China or Japan or Hawaii? Across the Pacific Ocean? No. These cats are Southern born and bred. And it's one of the more interesting stories that hasn't been told is the conflict between black folk and every law enforcement agency out in California. I don't care if you're talking about the LAPD or the OPD, Oakland Police Department. When black folk begin to migrate out there, the founding fathers of those regions, the political powers, they make a definite decision to recruit Southern racist white cracker cops to come out to the Bay Area, to come out to LA, because they thought that they would be able to control black folk more easily because they knew how to handle them in the South. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Well, let's take a look at Ice-T colors.
Are we looking at colors? We gonna look at 6 in the morning?
Oh yeah, we got 6 in the morning on the list. You want to do that one first?
Yeah. 6 in the morning is what put Ice-T on the map.
Okay.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor. Out my back window, I make my escape. Didn't even get a chance to grab my old school tape. Mad with no music, happy cause free. And the streets to a player is the place to be. Got a knot in my pocket weighing at least $1,000. Gold on my neck, my pistol's close at hand. I'm a self-made monster of the city streets. Remotely controlled by hard hip-hop beats. But just living in the city is a serious task. Didn't know what the cops wanted, didn't have time to ask. Word. See my homeboys cooling way out. Told them about my morning cold, bugged them out. Shot a little dice till my knees got sore. Kicked around some stories about the night before. Posse to the corner where the fly girls chill. Threw action at some freaks till one bitch got ill. She started acting silly, said we would not quit. Call us all punk pussy, said we are one shit. As we walked over to her, hoe continued to speak. So we beat the bitch down in the goddamn street. But just living in the city is a serious task. Bitch didn't know it, hit her, didn't have time to ask.
And this is fair use that we are using. We will be giving new commentary on the video once it is done.
Continue clocking freaks with immense posteriors, rolling in a blazer with a Louis interior. Solid gold, ride with raw, bust the left turn was on Crenshaw. Johnny Shine was the driver, known to get freaks hell. Had a beeper going off like a high school bell. Looked in the mirror, what do we see? Fucking blue lights. Big searched our car, their day was made. Found a Uzi 44 and a hand grenade. Threw us in the county, high-powered block. No freaks to see, no beats to rock. Didn't want trouble, but the shit must fly. Squabble with the sucker, shanked him in the eye. But just living in the county is a serious task. Nigga didn't know what happened, didn't have to.
Again, this is fair use. We are giving new commentary on this video we are watching.
Back on the streets after 5 in the deuce. 7 years later, but still had the juice. My homeboy Henry put me up on the track. Told me ease rolling villain BJ's got the sack. Bruce is a giant that sees clock and dough. Bebop's a pimp, my old freak's a hoe. The battering ram's rolling, rocks are the thing. Life has no meaning and money is king. Then he looked at me slowly and he had to grin. Said, man, you out early, we thought you got 10. Opened up and safe, kicked me down with cold cash. Knew I would get busy, he didn't waste the ass.
And again, this is fair use. We are going over new commentary about this video.
I bought a Benz with the money, the rest went on clothes. Went to the strip, started pimping the hoes. My hair grew long on my 7-year stay. When I got it done on my shoulders, hard from the joint, but fly to my heart. I didn't want trouble, but the shit had to start. Out with my crew, some punks got loud. Shotgun blast echoed through the crowd. 6 punks hit, 2 punks died. All casualties were applied to their side. Human lives had to pass just to talk a much trash. We didn't know who they were. No one had time to ask. Word.
All right, so that was Ice-T, 6 in the morning. Now, to me, that song was a whole lot better than Schoolie D. Both of Schoolie D songs.
Hey. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, come on. Do you remember? I'm looking at. I think it was Brother Robert Epps who put a message on there about Stanley Tukey Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Tukey, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you remember Ice-T's girlfriend? He had her, Darlene Ortiz. She was on the cover of Power.
Mm.
It was one of the most beautiful things that we'd ever seen on a hip hop album. If you pull it up, you would be, you need to see her to understand what it is that to understand the story of Ice-T and Tukey. Ice-T was as he put it, I wasn't no real drug dealer. He said I was a thief and a con artist. Well, Tukey is a gang lord. Okay, I wouldn't call him a gang leader. I call him a gang lord. And he apparently took a liking to Darlene, as pretty much all of us did. And Ice-T tells this story that Darlene comes home one day and she's huffing and puffing, and she's upset because this guy, who it turns out it's Tukey Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he sees her, he's saying something lewd and nasty to her. Okay, trying to get with her. Okay.
Right.
And Ice-T didn't know it was Tukey. And so he says, so, she come in, she telling me, he's like, what? Somebody disrespecting my woman? I'm Ice-T, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And she said, well, he's sitting right outside. This brother didn't stop his car. He's sitting right outside, right?
Mm.
Ice-T said he got his stuff, got his strap. Said he getting ready to go handle this. He said he opened the door, and there's Tukey Williams sitting in the passenger seat side of of a lowrider standing right at his front door. Ice-T said I had to make a decision. He said, so I pivoted, went back in the house, slammed the door, and told Darlene, he said, if you know he outside, why you keep going out there then? He said, I ain't want no parts of Tukey. He said, that was it. He said, I ain't going out there messing around with him. Yeah. Yeah. But it's one of those where when you're talking about the idea of gangster rap, you can look at a maturation, that actually occurs, really a development that occurs, because one of the most agreed upon gangster rap songs is NWA's Dope Man. But if you listen to Dope Man all the way through, it isn't glorifying the dope man. It's describing who he is, describing what he does. And at the end of the song, the dope man is having his life threatened. That if your drugs, kill my sister, I'm going to put a too low, a 38 in your head, But we have this maturation, this movement where we go from being, how can I put it, critical of drug dealing and dope dealing to glorifying it. There's a brilliant brother who does these parodies on hip hop by the name of Crank Lucas. And he deals with that very well, about how over decades, you're going to see gangster rap change. You're going to see how we talk about drugs change in rap music and what have you. Brilliant brother, brilliant.
Wow. Yeah. Well, young lady you're talking about,
Darlene Ortiz, brother.
And
he left that for Coco. You believe that?
Wow. Ain't no way in the world. Wow. So you talked about NWA. Now, NWA was in the 90s, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. No. Wait a minute.
No?
In the late 80s, where you're talking about probably.
Okay.
Yeah. If I could share my screen real quick, I'll play you Crank Lucas, so you can get an idea of what it is that he's doing. Share screen.
I'm with you too, Tranquil. Ain't no way.
Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes.
You able to see it?
We can see it.
The streets are played with doped up, messing with broken dreams, so stay away from drop cocaine on my strip. I was out moving packs and with no dad in the home. I'm just trying to feed my daughter, but I'm killing my own. I'm a dope boy. All the nigga know, riding around with P's and O's while I'm blowing on that dope, coke money. I'm just off this Willie's Angel, geeked up off this lean in salvia.
So in many ways, you're seeing, over decades, how we're dealing with drugs is in gangster rap and that type of thing is going to change. You know, it's not a one size fits all, you know, type of thing when you're talking about the messages that are coming out of what is still a largely undefined and ill-defined era of gangster rap, you know.
Mm. And I want to take this time to welcome Brother Bakari to the program. Peace and blessings, Brother Bakari. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're glad you're here. Let's see. I think I got everybody else. Okay. So very interesting. As going from doing the drugs, selling the drugs to make a way to your family, to turning it in something as the cool thing to do. Wow. You know, I guess that's how a lot of things go from being unacceptable to acceptable. Once it becomes a fad, once it becomes cool, it's okay and it's all right to do at this point.
But then if it becomes profitable, the state will adopt it, like you know, the permitting of marijuana. You know, they're taxing it. They're doing X, Y, and Z, and I know personally know a teacher who you know, he loves, you know, the chiba, and you know that's his thing, and I think he'd be high when he grading people's paper.
Oh my God!
I ain't got no evidence of that, but he certainly, you know, being criticized. You know, I can hear his wife criticizing him, telling me he's on the wrong path of life. But that brother just continues to go down that path of life. Devil's road. So yeah. So, you know, the state can capitalize off of it. I believe that they care not as to what it is that you're actually doing. Just give them their cut of it. So.
All right. Well, we're going to play what they have considered to be the most successful gangster rap song that's out here, and we'll come back and discuss it.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Oops.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies are hauled off. You too, boy, if you fuck with me. The police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out. For the punk motherfuckers that's showing out. Niggas want to mumble, they wanna rumble. Mix them and cook them in a pot like gumbo. Going off on the motherfucker like that. With a cat, that's pointed at.
All right, and we're doing this for fair usage, and we're dropping new commentary at the end of the video.
Your ass, so give it up smooth. Ain't no telling when I'm down for a jack move. Here's a murder rap to keep ya dancing. With a crime record like Charles Manson. AK-47 is a tool. Don't make me act a motherfucking fool. Me and you can go toe to toe, no mate. I'm knocking niggas out the box daily. Yo, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Until them dumb motherfuckers see clearly that I'm down with the capital CBT. Boy, you can't fuck with me. So when I'm in your neighborhood, you better duck. Cause Ice Cube is crazy as fuck. As I leave, believe I'm starving. But when I come back, boy, I'm coming straight out of Compton.
What's up? Tell them where you from.
Straight out of Compton. Another crazy ass nigga. When punks I smoke, yo, my.
And this again, it is for fair usage, and we will be giving better new updated commentary at the end.
Rap gets bigger, I'm a bad motherfucker and you know this. But the pussy ass niggas won't show this. But I don't give a fuck, I'ma make my snaps. If not from the records, from jacking a crap, it's like burglary. The definition is jacking. But when illegally armed, it's called packing. Shoot a motherfucker in a minute.
find a good piece of pussy and go offend it. So if you're at a show in the front row, I'ma call you a bitch or a dirty ass hoe. You probably get mad like a bitch is supposed to, but that shows me slut drunk and posed to a crazy motherfucker from the street. Attitude legit, cause I'm tearing up shit. MC Ren controls are automatic. For any dumb motherfucker, it starts static. Not a right hand, cause I'm the hand itself. Every time I pull an AK off the shelf, the security is maximum, and that's a law. R-E-N spells red, but I'm wrong. See, cause I'm the motherfucking villain. The definition is clear, you're the witness of a killing that's taking place without a clue. And once you're on the scope, your ass is through. Look, you might take it as a trip, but a nigga like Ren is on the gangster tip, straight out of Compton.
Again, this is for fair use. We will be giving new commentary at the end of the video.
Easy as his name and the boys coming.
Straight out of Compton is a brother that'll smother your mother and make your sister think I love her. Dangerous motherfucker raising hell. And if I ever get caught, I make bail. See, I don't give a fuck. That's the problem. I see a motherfucking cop, I don't dodge him. But I'm smart, lay low, creep a while. And when I see the punk pass, I smile. To me, it's kind of funny. The attitude show a nigga driving, but don't know where the fuck he going, just rolling. Looking for the one they call easy. But here's a flash that never sees me ruthless. Never seen like a shadow in the dark. Except when I low, you see a spark and talk over hesitation. And hear the scream of the one who got the last penetration. Feel a little gust of wind and I'm jetting. Believe a memory, no one will be forgetting. So what about the bitch you got shot? Fucker, you think I give a damn about a bitch? I ain't a sucker. This is an autobiography of the E. And if you ever fuck with me, you get taken by a stupid dope brother who will smother. Word to the motherfucker. Straight out of Compton.
All right, so that was NWA with Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, before we go forward, let me give a shout out, rest in peace to the rapper Boss, one of the first truly female gangster rappers. She actually died this week. She's the first female artist that was signed to Def Jam Records back when they tried to create a Def Jam West. Had one of the craziest, most violent albums that you ever want to hear, Born Gangsters.
Wow, I never knew about her. Wow. Did she die of natural causes?
Yeah. I want to say it was kidneys had went into renal failure or something like that. And unfortunately, that sister passed away. I want to say she became a radio jock at some point in her life. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember her. I remember her album well. She died this past week now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely sorry to hear about that. I pray her family is doing well.
Yeah.
So, Doc, when we're dealing with NWA,
niggas with attitudes.
Niggas with attitudes. And
will ultimately prove to be true niggas because they turned on each other.
Would you have thought that a group like that would have had so much success that they did?
Almost certainly. NWA was speaking to the angst and the disappointment that was affecting so many African Americans in general, but African American males in particular. When you really think about it, there isn't probably 10 years between the message and, fuck the police, dope man, and all those types of things. So, you're talking about within the same decade, that same angst, that same anger, that same unfulfilled position within Black America of wanting to improve your life and do something. It's in many ways a less political. It's a West Coast version of what Public Enemy was doing with Fight the Power, with Night of the Living Bassheads, Rebel Without a Pause. So it's coming out of that same kind of protest music and genre.
And so what do you think was the I guess the clue or the linchpin that so many people jumped on NWA's bandwagon that made their record sales just shoot out there? What was it?
I mean, you got to remember that hip hop has been dominated, by the East Coast for so long, and when you have this uprising coming out of the West in such a major way. NWA was what the West had. Ice-T predates them. They're not the first group that comes out of the West, but they're the first one that came and really seized the imagination, and in many ways demanded to be heard. You could not ignore NWA and what they were saying. Like I said, many people will talk about Straight Outta Compton, but for me, it's Dope Man. It's Gangsta. You go and you listen to their catalog. They are discussing, and this is how many people have this problem with calling it gangster rap. They refer to it as reality rap. You're talking about a group of individuals who are letting you know what is going on in South Central LA, especially Compton, in the exact same way that when Snoop came, he let you know about the LBC, Long Beach. Who knew that a place called Long Beach would have poverty in a ghetto and what have you. Chuck D referred to hip hop as Black America's CNN, and what Chuck meant was you can dial up Too Short and find out what's happening up in the Bay. You can listen to Public Enemy and find out what's happening in New York. You can listen to Schoolie D and find out what's happening in Philly. Bone Thugs and Harmony will let you know what's occurring in Cleveland, Ohio. And the list will go on. And of course, I would be remiss to be sitting here in Houston, Texas, without talking about Face Mob, Scarface. You want to talk about what's happening in Houston, you got to listen to Scarface and the Ghetto Boys. I've never seen a man die till I seen a man cry. My Mind Playing Tricks on Me, a phenomenal song. It's not necessarily a gangster rap song. It's a song about what happens after all of that stuff that Black men go through. It leads to amazing amounts and depths of depression. So if you want to know what's happening in the Fifth Ward of Houston, listen to Mr. Brad, listen to Scarface. You want to know what's happening in New Orleans, listen to Wayne. Listen to Juvenile, Mystical. And right now you want to know Mississippi, Big Crit. Go back and listen to David Banner, Memphis, 8 Ball and MJG. So we had all of these 80s, 90s, 2000s expressions of what this is what it's like to live here. This is what we're going through. The problem with that is that we didn't have very many solutions that were implementable coming out of hip hop. We can tell you what the problem is. We can describe it for you, but we're not controlling the purse strings in regards to city service dollars, budgets, and things like that. And so we wind up wallowing in a poverty that is going to replicate itself and intensify itself after several generations.
Wow. The drum, going back to African history, the drum was used for what?
Communication. Communication is how we talk to each other. If you go back and you look at the Stoner Rebellion, one of the most notable slave rebellions that we have, these brothers were running from, I want to say, South Carolina to Florida. If they could make it to Florida, they would have been free. It goes from very few to having hundreds of individuals with them. And the way they're calling them is the drum. They're communicating via the drum.
Mm. And do you think that rap music, gangster rap, hip hop is a form of that drum?
No. I believe that that drum is being heard, but that drum is not communicating a message of solidarity and unity. That drum is being beat to the tune of individuals who are paying you to pay that to hit that drum and play that drum. You don't our music is no longer independent. And therefore it's easily influenced and controlled by outside groups.
Is there a way to, I guess, in all essence, take it back and make it like the drum?
No, I mean the thing is that yes, but and I would argue that there are some individuals who have taken it back, but you ain't gonna hear them on the radio. So unless you are within that culture, steep within that culture, you're not going to hear a Big Crit on the radio. You know, you're probably not going to hear a J. Cole on the radio. You know, these are, once again, individuals that are being played on the radio are often individuals who have major backing. They're paying radio stations to play their music, paying DJs to play their music. They truly have a movement that is going on, and it keeps on rolling. And if you don't have that, you're not going to be able. It's like anything else. You're not going to be able to break into that thing, you know, unless you're fairly lucky, and they see some way to be able to exploit you and advance what it is they want to advance by using your voice. But you're not going to see. I mean, as dope and as great as he is, and he's still making music, you ain't gonna see KRS-One, you know, hear him on the radio, you know. Nah, they want one of these coon songs. They don't want anything that has some depth to it, that has some righteousness to it. They don't want that. And what makes it even more sick and perverse is quite simply that the radio in Hollywood, they will play whatever sells. And there's something that is, you know, Public Enemy asked this question: who stole the soul?
Right.
Black folks' soul has been stolen by and large, so that you don't even want to hear our ancestral drummers, metaphorically speaking. You want to hear cursing. You want to hear, you know, bitches and hoes. You want to hear this and that. You know, a nigga ain't shit. I don't need it. I mean, come on. We got Keke Palmer from Nickelodeon talking about I don't need a nigga for shit. In the same way, we got male counterparts of that as well. You know, we've gone ahead and we have in every way, allowed someone to tell us who we are. And amazingly, who we are, you know, benefits them. You know, it's a hell of a day that when you really can look up and you can say that the idea of Black unity is actually an oxymoron. Because so many of us don't want to be unified. Hell, we won't even speak to each other. And you don't think something wrong?
You know, Dr. Tranquil asked a real good question. Do we have any drummers? Are there drummers in that genre of music?
Certainly we have drummers, but you're gonna have to be in the right place, the right time, in a quiet space to be able to hear them. Because their drumming and their rhythmic calls to our inner nature are never going to be propagated by white America. They're not going to work against themselves.
Now, it's this next group of artists that we're going to talk about. I would consider them drummers, and the first one that we're going to go to is "Bring the Noise" by Public Enemy.
Yeah,
I remember as a child, saying, Farrakhan's a prophet that I think you ought to listen to. What he say to you? Get up and gonna do, follow for now. What the people say, Now, I didn't know who Farrakhan was.
Really?
But, I kept saying this because it caught me when I heard the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as I got grown, then I was like, oh, damn, this is who I was thinking about all the time. I never knew who he was. And this brings to the
And
point.
let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you didn't know who Minister Farrakhan was, you think white folk did?
Some, probably. Some.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If sufficient numbers of white folk knew who Farrakhan was, do you think that lyric, that line ever makes it in there?
No.
The same way Public Enemy, Chuck D says, recorded and ordered supporter of Chesimard. Okay. Chesimard, that's the quote unquote legal name of Assata Shakur.
Mm.
Now, if they had caught that, do you think they would have allowed him to say the name Chesimard? Mm-hmm. No. You're going to need to come back and you're going to have to redub that. Mm-hmm. But then again, during that time, I'm almost positive that Public Enemy was signed to Def Jam. And I don't think that Russell, and I know damn well Rick Rubin wouldn't have cared what they said. So there was a freedom that was allowed coming out of what could best be termed a black-owned independent record label of Def Jam.
Mm. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and check out Bring the Noise. And we'll talk about that.
Favorites.
All right, fair use. We are going to discuss this video and bring some new commentary.
Too black, too strong. Too black, too strong.
Yo, Chuck, these dirty drippers are still front on us. Show them that we can do this, cause we always do this. Yeah, boy.
Bass, how low can you go? Death row? What a brother know. Once again, back is the incredible rhyme animal, the uncannibal thief. Public Enemy #1. 5-0 said freeze, and I got numb. Can I tell them that I really never had a gun? But it's the wax that the Terminator X bun. Now they got me in the cell, cause my records they sell. Cause a brother like me said, well, Farrakhan's a prophet, and I think you wanna listen to what he can say to you. What you ought to do is follow for now. All the people say, make a miracle, keep up the lyrical. Black is back, all in, we're gonna win. Check it out.
Yeah, yo, come on.
Here we go again.
Bring the noise. Hey, yo, Chuck, this ain't we too black, man.
Bring the noise.
Yo, I don't understand what they're saying, but little do they know they can get a smack for that, man.
Never batted and back, cause a brother is mannered and mannered. The fact is corrupt like a senator. Soul on the road, but you treat it like soap on the rope, cause the beats and the lines are so dope. Listen for lessons I'm saying inside music that the critics are blasting me for. They'll never care for the brothers and sisters why corporate country has us up for the war. We got to get them straight. Come on now, they're going to have to wait till we get it right. Radio stations like President Black as they call us a black, but we'll see if the greatest. Bring the noise.
Hey, yo, Chuck, they illin'. We chillin'.
Bring the noise.
Yo, BE in the house. Stop feeling. Yo, Chuck, show what you can do, boy.
Get from in front of me. The crowd runs to me. My DJ is warm me. Sex, I call him Norm, you know. He can cut a record from side to side. So what the ride, the glide, but should be safer than a suicide. Soul control beat is a father of your rock and roll. Music for watching, for witching. You call a band, man, making the music of music, but you can't do it, you know. You call them demos.
But we riding them old too.
What you gonna do? Rap is not afraid of you. Beat is for Sonny Bono.
Beat is for Yoko Ono.
From the MC first said the DJ could be a band standing its own feet. Get you out your seat. Beat is for Eric B and Alel as well. Hell,
Wax is for Anthrax.
still it can rock bells. Ever forever. Universal and will sell. Time for me to exit. Terminator exit. Bring the noise.
Yo, they should know by now that they can't stop this bum.
Bring the noise.
Word up, and they keep telling me to turn it down, but yo, play the flame ain't going out like that.
And we are watching this video to come back and discuss it for new commentary. This is fair use.
Come on. Come on now. Come on. From coast to coast, so you stop being like a comatose. Stand, my man, the beats the same where the boast goes. Rock with some pizzazz, it will last. Why you ask? Roll with the rock stars, they'll never get accepted as. We got the plead, the fifth, you can investigate. No need to wait, get the record straight. Hey, I see an effect, got flavor, Terminator, exercise, text, play to get paid. You got to check it out down on the avenue. A magazine or two is dissing me and dissing you. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Hey, yo, Grip, get 30S1W. We got to handle this. We ain't going out like that. Yo, man, straight up on a Columbo tip. We can do this, like Brutus, because we always do this. You know what I'm saying? It's just one thing that puzzles me, my brother. What's wrong with all these people around?
All right, there we have Public Enemy. And this thing that they have on their CD is, it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. You know, and I remember reading that as a boy, and I was just like, wow, you know. These are what I would term to be drummers. Would you term them to be that, Doc?
Almost certainly, but you know, the thing is that they're elder drummers. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
They're elder statesmen,
Mhm.
you know, and that's who they are. You know,
Mhm.
they're not contemporary or current drummers,
Mhm.
but they're elder statesmen. Now the question of are younger people listening to Public Enemy? No, they're not, unless they're true hip hop heads.
Mhm. And they're S1Ws. I love
Security of the first world.
Yeah.
Straight up FOI.
Exactly.
Rip.
You know, I would look up to them and I'd be like, man, I wish I could be on one of them, you know. And then next thing you know, get grown and be right there as an FOI doing the drills and all of that. You know, it's really just mind blowing to see this stuff as a child and then as an adult be right there, you know, doing it and making the moves. It's I think it's essential to be able to capture the minds of the children. When we're dealing with the modern day rappers, they're not drummers, they're not statesmen, you know, warriors. I don't know.
The majority of them aren't. There are still some though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How do you, or is it even possible, dealing with that, to turn it around without using violence?
To turn what around?
That we have the majority of them to be non-drummers, and turn that around and make them or shape them to be, you know, like PE, to shape them to be like Eric B. Rakim, shape them to be like, you know, those, what's that other brother name? What is that brother name? KRS-One. Okay. You know, is it too late to get them to understand who they were and then to reproduce what they produced in their modern way?
You know, I hesitate to say that it's too late, because you're, you know, as long as you got breath in your body, you got a chance to reverse course and get it right. And it's the beauty and the you know, the blessing and the curse of being a human, that you're socialized and you come into this world knowing nothing. Everything that you know, you learn through observation or participation. And there's a positive side to that, and then there's a negative side to that as well. In saying that, yeah, it could be reversed. It's possible. And one of the greatest and most hopeful aspects of it being reversed takes me back to that 1990s moment where everybody had an X hat on. Majority of those people were not politicized, and it would fade away in a little bit. But at that moment, they're followers. And so Spike Lee, Public Enemy, they made adoration and studying of Malcolm to be cool, to be the fad, to be the trend, and what have you. That's what will have to happen again. The pendulum would have to swing. But the problem with the pendulum swinging is quite simply, you're principally not even talking about Black folk, because hip hop is going to sell. This ignorant hip hop is going to sell because white audiences will buy it. Okay. So you're not going to see it selling, swaying Black folk the way it is. The best thing that Black folk could actually do is probably divest from hip hop, mainstream hip hop, and get back down to the underground. It's how I know who Schoolie D is. You get what I'm saying? That was the underground. Is how I know who Digital Underground is. Good thing that we're rapping, because if we wasn't rapping, we'd be macking. Big Crit today is how I know Crit. Is how, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we need to turn, ironically, this is one of the sort of the inserts of a Public Enemy album. Turn off the radio. No, that was cute. Turn off the radio. Okay. We need to turn the radio off, and we need to go back to what it is that we do. And what hip hop is at its best is what Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five were doing. It is political, social commentary on the one hand, but then on the other hand, it is also a psychological release. And that's why I don't have much of a problem when I see Juvenile talking about, girl, back that thing up, okay, or Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, the show,
Right.
There has to be a moment, where you have some type of release. Black folk need a psychological release, because life can break us down. All of this constant struggle left and right, it's just the locking out today of a Crit, the locking out of who would be the modern day Public Enemy. They're there. We just don't hear from them because they're not allowed radio play. They don't have a budget. Those types of things. They're there. They're there. We just need to create structures again, like Def Jam did, to allow a Red Man to be out here, to allow a Public Enemy to be out here. And the only way we're going to be able to do that, the only way that we can do that is by creating our own structures. And turn off the radio. Go and listen to some underground. Ask some young folk who really hot, who you think I would vibe with, and you'd be shocked. Lyrically, they got some Public Enemies out there right now.
Excellent. Well, we're gonna go to our next drummer, and we know this is your boy right here.
Oh. Man.
Follow me into a solo, get in the flow, and you can picture like a photo. Music makes mellow, maintains to make melodies for MCs, motivates to break some everlasting. I can go on for days and days with rhyme displays that engrave deep as X-rays. I can take a phrase that's rarely heard, flip it, now it's a daily word. I can get iller than all, I'm killing bomb, but no alarm. Rock him or remain calm. Self-esteem make me super superb and supreme. Before a microphone, still I fade. This was a tape. I wasn't supposed to break. I was supposed to wait, but let's motivate. I want to see it and keep following and swallowing. Taking the making, biting, following. Brothers tried and others died to get the formula. But I'ma let you sweat, you still ain't form you. A step away from frozen, stiff as if you're posing. Dig into my brain as the rhyme gets chosen. So follow me, and while you're thinking you were first, let's travel at magnificent speeds around the universe. What could you say as the earth gets further and further away? Planets as small as balls of clay, astray into the Milky Way. World's out of sight, far as the eye can see, not even a satellite. Now stop and turn around and look. As you stare in the darkness, your knowledge took. So keep staring, soon you suddenly see a star. You better follow, it consists of all. This is a lesson if you're guessing, and if you're following, hurry, step right up and keep following the leader.
Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader.
This is a lifetime mission, vision of prison. I listen. In this journey of the journal, I'm the journalist. Am I eternal or an eternalist? I'm about to flow long as I can possibly go. Keep you moving cause the crowd says so. Dance. Cuss, rip your pants, every beat on the blaze, bleeding to death, call an ambulance. Pull out my weapon and start to squeeze. A magnum as a microphone, murdering MCs. Let's quote a rhyme from a record I wrote.
Follow the leader.
Yeah, don't. Cause every time I stop, it seems you're stuck. Soon as you try to step off, you're self-destruct. I came to overcome before I'm gone by showing and proving and letting ours be born. Then after that, I live forever. You disagree? You say never? Then follow me from century to century. You remember me in history, not a mystery or a memory. Called by nature, mind raised in Asia. Since you was tricked, I have to raise you from the cradle to the grave. But remember, you're not a slave. Those we was put here to be much more than that. But we couldn't see because our mind was trapped. But I'm here to break away the chains, take away the pains, remake the brains, rebuild my name. I guess nobody told you a little knowledge is dangerous. It can't be mixed, diluted, it can't be changed the switch. Here's a lesson if you're guessing and following. Hurry, hurry, step right up and keep following the leader.
Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader.
A verified freestyle, lyrics of fury. My third eye make me shine like jury. You're just a rental rapper, your rhymes a minute made. I'll be here when it fade and watch it flip like a renegade. I can't wait to break and eliminate on every trade of a snake, so stay awake and follow because the tempo's a trail. The stage is a cave, the mic is a third rail. I'm Rakim, the fiend of a microphone, I'm not him. So leave my mic alone, soon as the beat is felt, I'm ready to go. So fasten your seatbelt, cause I'm about to flow. No need to speed, slow down and let the leader lead. Word to daddy. Indeed, the R's are rolling stones, so I'm rolling. Directions is told them, the rhymes are stolen. Stop bugging, the brother said dig him. I never tell him he couldn't follow the leader long enough, so I drug him. It's a danger zone, he should arrange his own face. It's basic, erase and change the tone. It's one R in the alphabet. It's a one-letter word and it's about to get more complex from one rhyme to the next. Eric B be easy on the flex. I've been from state to state, followers tailgate. Keep coming, but you came too late, but I'll wait. So back up, regroup, get a grip, come equipped. You're the next contestant. Clap your hands, you want to trip the price.
Whoa.
Yeah, don't. Cause every time I stop, it seems you're stuck. Soon as you try to step off, you're self-destruct. I came to overcome before I'm gone by showing and proving and letting ours be born. Then after that, I live forever. You disagree? You say never? Then follow me from century to century. You remember me in history, not a mystery or a memory. I'm called by nature, mind raised in Asia. Since you was tricked, I have to raise you from the cradle to the grave. But remember, you're not a slave. Those we was put here to be much more than that. But we couldn't see because our mind was trapped. But I'm here to break away the chains, take away the pains, remake the brains, rebuild my name. I guess nobody told you a little knowledge is dangerous. It can't be mixed, diluted, it can't be changed the switch. Here's a lesson if you're guessing and following. Hurry, hurry, step right up and keep following the leader.
Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader, I can't see. Follow the leader.
A verified freestyle, lyrics of fury. My third eye make me shine like jury. You're just a rental rapper, your rhymes a minute made. I'll be here when it fade and watch it flip like a renegade. I can't wait to break and eliminate on every trade of a snake, so stay awake and follow because the tempo's a trail. The stage is a cave, the mic is a third rail. I'm Rakim, the fiend of a microphone, I'm not him. So leave my mic alone, soon as the beat is felt, I'm ready to go. So fasten your seatbelt, cause I'm about to flow. No need to speed, slow down and let the leader lead. Word to daddy. Indeed, the R's are rolling stones, so I'm rolling. Directions is told them, the rhymes are stolen. Stop bugging, the brother said dig him. I never tell him he couldn't follow the leader long enough, so I drug him. It's a danger zone, he should arrange his own face. It's basic, erase and change the tone. It's one R in the alphabet. It's a one-letter word and it's about to get more complex from one rhyme to the next. Eric B be easy on the flex. I've been from state to state, followers tailgate. Keep coming, but you came too late, but I'll wait. So back up, regroup, get a grip, come equipped. You're the next contestant. Clap your hands, you want to trip. The price is right, don't make a deal too soon. How many notes get the name this tune? Follow the leader is a title theme tag. Now you know you don't have to act. Rappers, rhythm, and poetry. Cuss, create sound effects. You might catch up if you follow the records he wrecks. Until then, keep eating and swallowing. You better take a deep breath and keep following the leader.
All right, Eric B. and Rakim. All right, I want to at this time say welcome to Norma X. Peace and blessings. We're glad that you're with us. Also, welcome to the Forecast Radio. Peace and blessings, Big Bro. We're glad that you're with us as well. So, Doc, Eric B. and Rakim, why is
Rakim.
Rakim? Why is that your man? Why is that your favorite? Seem like to be your favorite. What makes him so special?
You know, I mean, lyrically, man. I mean, it's incredible what he does. You know, lyrically, and that's just it's just what it is. You know, I mean, you can dissect Rakim, and you know, it's amazing. You know, I take 7 MCs, put them in a line, and add 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. But it'll take 7 more before I go for mine. You know, the number 7. You know, individuals who have no understanding about 5% ideology just think that he's dealing with, you know, a number.
Right.
One of my 2 greatest musical moments. One of my students actually, DeMarcus Hamilton, um, was signed at Def Jam Records, and was signed by L.A. Reid. I have an artifact that nobody else has. L.A. Reid actually wrote me a excuse letter for DeMarcus to not be in class on the day that he signed with Def Jam.
Wow.
My graduation present with my majors that I'm close to. I would, you know, whatever they wanted to do as a graduation gift, I would do. But for him, I was like, nah, I got one that I'm gonna just take you to. And I took him to Austin, Texas to hear to see Rakim perform. And we're in this little venue that there couldn't have been 100 people in there. And Rakim at the time was managed by a white guy, a young white guy. It was a young white guy's birthday. I remember that well because he brought him on stage and introduced him. And one of my favorite Rakim songs, "The Ghetto." There's a part where Ra goes into, you know, real 5%, you know, rhetoric, and the audience is probably 90% white. And it was clear he didn't want to do the lyric. I'm glad I listened when my father was rapping to me, because back in the days they lived in caves, exiled from the original man. They strayed away. He lowers the mic right in front of me. I finished Rakim's verse. And so after the show, DeMarcus, he done made his way. He trying to convince Rhyme Fest DJ to go on tour with him. And so he's backstage, and Rakim comes off stage, and he says, yo, who's the old dude that knew all the lyrics to my song? And DeMarcus was like, he said, yo, that's my professor. He brought me here as my graduation gift. He said, yo, go get him. You know, it's so I go in the back, meet Rakim, and he says to me, he says, I don't forget faces, and I know your face. And I'm like, this is our first time meeting. You know what I'm saying? He said, no. He said, I know I've seen your face before. We chop it up for probably about 30 minutes. And we getting ready to go. And I said, you know what? And he said, I know what it is. He said, I know where I seen your face. He said, your picture is hanging next to mine at the 5% school in Harlem. And I said, you know what? You're right. I gave a brother, I was up there visiting my best friend, and I gave a brother a donation, a sizable donation. And he wanted to take my picture when he learned I was a professor. And I said, you can only take it if you hang it next to Rakim. And he apparently stapled it. It's a Polaroid picture. And he stapled it next to Rakim's. And he said, yeah, he said, I knew your face from somewhere. I didn't know who you was. But yeah, and that night also Rakim broke my watch. That's just sort of one of the casualties of war.
And that's right on time, because Mr. Dolphy say, y'all see Doc rapping along?
Oh,
I ain't
man,
seen him miss a word yet.
Yeah, I'm bro. I love hip hop. This is the soundtrack of my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but unfortunately, Rakim is no longer number one on my list, man. There's somebody knocked him out, man, and that I had to be fair and look at the body of work, and his brother's body of work is incredible, and I don't think anybody I don't think we'll ever see another one like him that has a rap career that achieves as much as he has.
So who's the number one person?
Oh, Lil Wayne now.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this next video and our last video that we're going to go over for tonight, different rappers or MCs or whatever they were back then got together to do a song called Self-Destruction.
You're going to have Head here. Yeah.
Yeah.
See Happy D on there. That's yeah.
And to be able to relate to them coming together to do something that they're trying to help save our people. A beautiful effort. But let's take a look at it, and we'll come back and discuss it. And again, fair usage, we will drop new commentary.
We all agree tonight, all of the speakers have agreed that America has a very serious problem. Not only does America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction.
Well, today's topic, self-destruction, it really ain't the rap audience that's bugging. It's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and steal from one another. You get caught in the mid. So to crush that stereotype, here's what we did. We got ourselves together so that you can unite and fight for what's right. Not negative cause. The way we live is positive. We don't kill our relatives.
Pop, 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 when it's shot, who's to blame? Headline, front page, and rap's the name. MC Delight here to state the bottom line. The black on black crime was way before our time.
Took a brother's life with a knife, that's fight. Cried cause he died of trifling death when he left his very last breath. Was I slept, so watch your step. Back in the 60s, our brothers and sisters were hanged. How could you gang bang? I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man, cause that's
self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Funky fresh dressed to impress, ready to party. Money in your pocket, dying to move your body. To get inside, you pay the whole $10. Scotch tape with a razor blade taped to your collar. Leave the guns in the crack and the knobs alone. MC lights on the microphone, bum rushing and pushing, snatching and taxing. I crammed understand why brothers don't be maxing. There's only one disco, they'll close one more. You ain't guarding the door, so what you got a gun for? Do you rob the rich and give to the poor? Yo, daddy-o.
This straight from the mouth. And daddy-o.
Do a crime,
End up in jail and gotta go.
cause you could do crime and get paid today.
And tomorrow you're behind bars in the worst way.
Far from your family.
Cause you're locked away.
Now tell
Do
me,
you really think crime pays?
thinking on taking what your brother had?
you little sucker.
You talking all that jazz.
It's time to stand together in a unity. Cause if not, then we're soon to be self-destroyed, unemployed. The rap race will be lost without a trace or a clue. But what to do is stop the violence and kick the science down the road that we call eternity, where knowledge is formed and you learn to be self-sufficient, independent. To teach the each is what rap intended, but society wants to invade. So do not walk this path that they laid. It's
Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction.
D-Nice. Break it down like this.
Children growing, women producing, men go working, some go stealing.
Self-destruction. Get it for self-destruction. Self-destruction.
I'm Miss Melody and I'm a born again rebel. The bounce in rap must cease and settle. If we want to develop and grow to another level, we can't be guinea pigs for the devil. The enemy knows they're no fools because everyone knows the hip hop rules. So we gotta get it and grab what's wrong. The opposition is weak and rap is strong.
This is all about
violence. But first, let's have a moment of silence. Swing. It's been stated, re-educated, evaluated. Thoughts of the past have faded. The only thing left is the memories of our belated. And I hate it when someone dies to get all hurt up for a silly gold chain by chump. Word up. It doesn't make you a big man. And you want and go and dish your brother, man. And you don't know that's part of the plan. Why? Because rap music is in full demand. Understand? Self-destruction. Self-destruction.
My name is just Ice, a man, not a prankster. I was known as the gangster, but believe me, that is no fun. The time is now to unite everyone. You don't have to be soft to be for peace. Robbing and killing and murdering is the least. You don't have to be chained by the beast. The party people, it's time I release.
Hey yo, here's the situation. Idiocy, nonsense, violence, not a good policy. Therefore, we must ignore fighting, fussing. Heaven's at the door, so there'll be no bum rushing. Let's get together because we're falling apart. I heard a brother shot another, it broke my heart. I don't understand the difficulty, people. Love your brother, treat him as an equal. They call us animal, I don't agree with them. I'll prove it wrong, but right is what you're proving them. Take heed before I leave to what I'm saying, or we'll all be on our knees praying.
Heavy deep, deep in the heart of the matter. The self-destruction is served on a platter, making a day, not failing to anticipate. They got greedy, so they fell for the bait. That makes them a victim, picked and plucked. New jack in jail, but to the best never duck. There's no one around, cause in jail you're a number. They never took the time to wonder about
self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction.
Yes, we urge to merge. We live for the love of our people, the hope they get along. Getting a point to our brothers and sisters who don't know the time.
Boy, so we run around.
Instead in your heads, you know our job to build and collect ourselves with intellect. To evolve the self-respect. Cause we got to keep ourselves in check, or else it's
self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, for self-destruction.
Hey, look, I'm on a live stream right now. Can you call me back? Can you call me back?
Wow, that was like seeing, man, Ghost almost. To see Hev D, a young D Nice, DJ Red Alert. My God, my God, my God, my God. Absolutely, positively incredible. Absolutely incredible. But one of the things that we forget is also that's East Coast right there, but we also had our our West Coast expression, of kind of the exact same thing going on, and so. We're using this fair use. We'll put new commentary over it.
I can hear you because I'm on the live. Yeah, I'm sitting here, I'm on the live stream, so I'm trying to deal with both of them. I just can't. No, I'm on the live stream.
On the street selling cane to his own people. Now when I say people,
Yep, I hear you.
Let's see if we can actually get the actual video. If we can get the video up to
Lake Slime. I love you too. All right, you want to share screen, Doc?
straight up boundless everywhere I look. Used to be a straight A student, now he's a crook. Robbing people just to smoke and shoot. Used to have a fruit fest, now he's a food butt. Dropped out of school and joins the neighborhood gang. Hanging on the street selling cane, truth with old people. Now when I say people, I mean color. You stupid motherfucker.
Since we are the mothers of
once again, this is fair use. We will put commentary on it.
this earth, it's how we start saying good mothers from the birth of our children. No time for sleeping, teaching them fight winning for the right reason. It's your time, it's your life living. Proud to be black, young and gifted. Gifted by the knowledge of taking the right route. Gang violence needs to be wiped out.
One and the same, everyone came in the same chain. Caught with the same aim, brain games and names change. Destroyed the black man's crack tail and semi-automatic static in the crack bale. So since we all talk the same slang, stop killing my brother, cause we're all from the same gang.
Make the change, cause we're all in the same gang.
Now as a youth, I used to get my bang on, and on the app, give a 4-time display on. One time for me was no joke, though. They knew I was crazy, so they labeled me loco. And these streets all about this sport. No violent, tossing up a fork. And never mind that no one can handle it. The Dallas brothers never touched Los Angeles. Being the pimps that we are.
Fair use. We're going to put commentary on this as soon as it ends.
We are speaking of situation that is called here at home, the girls of LA. We're a young black brothers, not promise to see the next day. Cause we used to fight on the streets before we made beef, but food was late and pray up the sweet. And don't be peeing on the color of a rag. Cause if you got what they want, you know they're gonna take what you had. Violence will only revolve from drugs to thugs and gangs and bang most times. It's a political thing. Yeah, a couple of spots to get tied. Coming on the streets and get on this side.
Ice-T, ripping the microphone the way I do. Listen close, my brothers, cause I'm talking to you. The problem is we got a suicidal lifestyle. Cause 90% of us are living foul. Why? I say job, you say bad joke. I'd rather catch another brother watch the bus. Living in the fast lane, flipping like you're insane. You need to stop and see your blood look on the street train.
Fair use. Once again, we are going to add commentary as soon as this is over.
Don't you know we got to put our heads together? Stop the fight.
Make the change.
Yo, we're not here to free, yeah, because we're not ministers. We're something like this, just when the trade is like sinister. Reality speaks for itself when it's spoken. My face ain't blood, can't bring nobody for smoking. Yo, bullets flying, mothers crying, brothers dying, lying in the streets, that's why we're trying to stop it from falling apart and going to waste, and keeping the smile. The brothers. Killing other brothers. I thought the idea was the levels. To set an example, saying heights are living in the calm before the storm. I'm in a rage.
Fair use. We will add commentary to this video after we're
yeah,
done.
yo, why is that, G?
Other races, they say we act like rats in a cage. I try to argue, but check it. Every night in the news, we prove them suckers right, and I got the blue.
America,
get busy, Humpty.
the red, the white, the blue, and the blue and the red for victims of the white for who's got you doing time. Busting caps on one another.
The underground's down, so peace of my brother.
Kill a black man.
What?
Yo, what are you retarded?
Tell him, Humpty.
So you work for the Klan?
Do what you like.
Unless you like gang banging. Let's see how many brothers leave us hanging.
Get on the ab, I'm 8:45. All the homies getting blind in an 8-ball line. Now on this tip, they start running down the lip. Jump in the beats, took a little trip. Hit the block about 12 on the tick. The whittles went down and the nines went click. People started yelling, bodies started bailing. Bullets go fire, sending something they hell in. It's gotta stop, we don't need all the violence. Peace in the hood and I'm on the silence. We got together, not for either for fame. We got involved and we're all in the same game.
Fair use. Fair use. Once again, we'll add commentary at the end.
Right when I reach your easy's no sellout. And if you can't hang in the streets, then get the hell out. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You have your own freedom of choice who to listen to. You know good from bad, bad from fine, right from wrong. Now your mother's singing that sad song. My baby ain't never hurt nobody. But he still got smoked that baby party. But you're not the first or the last. You're nothing but a short story from the past. You're dead now, my number one better zero. Take notes from Easy E, the violent hero.
Wow. Yeah, that
was
awesome.
the West Coast. That was the West Coast version of Self-Destruction, where you had West Coast artists there. You know, I think Cube might have been on the outs with the West by that time. You know, because we didn't get a chance to see Cube. but we saw some
Mm.
luminaries from the West there.
That was definitely good. I didn't even know that they had did that. Yeah, so that was definitely good to see. I didn't know they did it. I didn't know they did it. But
Yeah,
that was
you
good
know,
to see.
the West is going to respond to the East Coast. You know, you had Shock G, you know, Humpty, you know, King T, and the biggest gangster of hip hop of all time, MC Hammer. You know, people sleep on Hammer. Hammer was a gangster,
That you know,
a certified thug.
I've heard that
Yeah,
doing
brother.
some research on it, and really shocking that that's what they were saying, that he was the number one thug.
Yeah, man. He had they had a bounty out on third base when they did the song "The Gas Face." Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. MC Search. He said, yeah, we literally had a bounty out on us. You know, but yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Hammer was that dude. I mean, if you want to read an interesting story, read MC Hammer's story. He was promoted to be the general manager of the Oakland A's at the age of like 9 years old. Yeah, the owner of the A's felt that having a GM was ridiculous, so he would pay Hammer to sit up in the press box and tell him what was going on in the game while he
Wow.
was on the road. Yeah.
Very, very, very interesting. Very
Oh,
interesting.
Norma X, I gotta say, Easy actually sounded like a rapper on that one because he was brutal in some of them earlier rhymes he would do.
So as we're going to close our conversation down for this evening's program, Gangsta Rap is American representation of life. So as it is, and there was a few things that I learned, definitely that this hip hop rap thing is not new. That we evidently this has been part of our culture since forever. Also that the level of stuff that I wouldn't have thought to hear that they wouldn't talk like back in the day. They was talking like that back in the day. It was definitely an eye-opener. I learned a lot about this, and it definitely helps to see things even more deeper into the reality of there's nothing new under the sun. What was is. Wow. Definitely an excellent program. Doc, your closing comments?
You know, man, this is, always a good time, brother. Always a good time, regardless of where I'm at, psychologically, physically, what have you. I look forward to this sacred space, man, where we get together. You know, nobody knows what's coming in the future, but I can tell you for sure this space is always, I'll always be committed to this space, you know, in every way possible, you know, and all of that. And then this just crossed my mind, man, I'm gonna come to Philly, all right? Because many people will probably be shocked that we've never physically met. We've been doing shows for like 12, 14 years now, and never physically. I'm coming to Philly, and we're gonna find Schoolie D. And me, you, and Schoolie D gonna hang out, man.
All right, come on. That'll work. Excellent. Well, as we always say, family, you kill the nigga in you, I'm gonna kill the nigga in me, and our God will reign supreme. We are Black First, today, tomorrow, and forever. Love you, family. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom.
You better get the message and get it straight. You're gonna need some bridge work. It's simple as that.